I was diagnosed in 2015, so I was essentially coming up to a decade of having had Parkinson's. And what I'd been finding for about the last year and a half was that I wasn't absorbing the medication if I took it orally, which was leading to huge long off spells. I couldn't predict anything, I couldn't plan anything, I didn't know when I was going to be on, when I was going to be off. So socialising was out of the question. And so that was really the reasoning behind putting me onto the list for making a case for Produodopa. Produodopa is essentially exactly the same drug as the majority of people with Parkinson's take orally in tablet form. The basis of it is a substance called levodopa. And instead of taking in tablet form, I have this as an infusion from a little needle that just goes underneath my skin and no more, into that tissue right under your skin, and I have a pump with it, and it just pumps it constantly for 24 hours into me that way. Produodopa has changed my life. It's literally given me back my life. Because before I started on it, in any single day, I could spend 10 or 12 hours absolutely immobile, unable to do anything because my medication hadn't taken. So I was housebound essentially. I was relying on my husband to help me with meals a lot, to help me with eating. I couldn't do things like get the washing done. With Produodopa, I have my life back. I can go out, I can plan to meet people, I can plan to go places. It's been a life changer for me, it really has. It's given me back my life. It doesn't come, I mean, you have to put a bit of work into it, to dosages, getting them right, and getting used to the equipment, which essentially is nothing, just to have a life again. Everybody who has Parkinson's deserves to have a life. And before we didn't have that opportunity because we only had oral medication. Now we've got this, now we know it exists. It's very expensive compared to oral medication. But if you look at it from a different way, I was spending 10 to 12 hours sedentary in bed or in a chair, frustrated, upset, left out of society. You know, I'd know my friends were meeting up, and so I was worried about my physical condition, which was inevitably, if I'd stayed like that, was going to run into cardiovascular problems, perhaps diabetes, mental health issues. So when you take that out of the equation, that I'm like everybody else now. Financially, as well as morally, it's just the right thing to do. It's your move.